I apologize for that. I ran out of storage space, but to conclude my little video here, grab this flashlight. There is the top of the shifter there. I removed all those bolts, drained the fluid. Of course, let's show you that. Creeper. Drain the fluid. I first put my wrench on that, loosen that bolt, just to make sure it loosens still, and then of course drain the fluid. I was planning on recycling this fluid. I still kind of am, because it's still the same color as when I put it in. It was relatively dark amber. Now of course I drained the fluid into this clean pan here, and I had an old washer fluid container that I used to store it. Now we're going to look at it in the light, and relatively speaking, I believe it's still a good color. Let's see if we can get a view from inside while I shine the light on there. You can see there's some travel. There is some light travel in there, and the deeper I go, it's about 2 inches deep, you start fading the light, but it's still good. In terms for aluminum flakes or any sort of transmission wear, I would say that there is some aluminum flakes. You can see them reflecting. Those aren't really air bubbles, it's flakes. And I kept some of the fluid so I could disperse it and spread it. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that, right about there, depending on how I get the light, there's some aluminum flakes. That was for me having to power shift because I was losing clutch thanks to this Duralast part that the employee was so kind enough to smash onto the counter when he was like, "This it?" Whack! Thinking he's smooth, slick, not worrying about the functionality of a part. Any hoodles. I believe that will conclude today. I might post this section tomorrow. I think I've done enough prep for today that tomorrow should be a completion day. I should be able to remove the bolts on this cross member. There's 2 here and then 1 here. I believe there's an actual bolt. I believe this one here just comes out. It's a nut and bolt dealy doggle. There's going to be a couple left over there. The exhaust should be more difficult, but I, last time doing this, did not weld. Snapped all those bolts, so I'm using them as pins and some washer clamps there to do that. Anyway, that'll make it simple. Get the exhaust down, and then I'll show you guys how I get to the bell housing bolts, which is actually relatively simple with the right tools. Don't do it without like 2 really strong friends that can manhandle that transmission without destroying the spindle in there, which I'll be showing as well. So I believe that will conclude today. I have that supported. It's not supposed to rain. I'm on the side of a hood street, so this might be a problem for me in terms of tools. I'm going to put everything away. I'm losing sunlight, and it's about 36 degrees, so it's cold. So you can see my hands are a little bare at the moment because, you know, gloves get in the way. And then tomorrow, by the time I started this video today, should be down and out, and everything should be theoretically okay. The transmission has none of its fluid. The fluid is stored. Hopefully I don't have a small animal hanging out in my truck overnight. I'm going to try to cover that up from the inside with a boot or something. And then we'll pull this drive shaft off tomorrow. That's really simple. We'll get all the connectors off of the side of the transmission. I still have these disconnected from the first time I did this. Yes, I know. But if it's not a customer's car, I don't bother. If it's unnecessary, it's unnecessary for me. I did find the screws recently. I'll probably put all that back. Then on the other side, there is, and I'm actually using the camera to see, not reaching all the way over, a couple sensors. things of that nature. I got to watch out for that fuel line up there. But cool thing about that fuel line way at the top of the tranny there is that bell housing bolt there, I believe, yeah, there's the bracket. That bell housing bolt there actually is what holds that fuel line in its home. Yeah, you can see it. I'm following it with the light there. And there's a little weird shaped things that yeah. Anyway, so that'll make that so much simpler. So you can see there's a lot of moisture on this area here, and that is because of all the brake fluid that I've had to purge out of the system. You can tell it's some sort of liquidized fluid because that's not really much oil, and that's not the color of my motor oil right now. Oh, sorry, bad camera angle. That is not pure motor oil. That's just dirt, soot from the side of the engine mixed with brake fluid. So I guess these three will be clipped together, and I will post this up today and then tomorrow. Hopefully the conclusion. And I say hopefully with some optimistic tone. I don't know. What do you guys think? But hopefully this helps anybody. Tomorrow is the complex stuff. So part 1 was just the drive shaft and prep work and explaining all the prep work. That part 2/3 looks like we got some feathers going on in here. You see that? Probably not. Oh, wrong camera side. Yeah, looks like I got a small creature or something stuck on the vehicle. That's gonna be fun. Anyway, yeah, and with that, I bid you guys adieu. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys back at this tomorrow.